Story number 1. Okay, so just a little context because this topic is incredibly touchy for me. I am a man who was given a woman's name at birth. A good example is naming your son Alice. It's not what my name was, but it's close. My parents are hippies and gave their oldest son a girl's name to stick it to the man, and I will never forgive them for it. That name caused me to be bullied and damaged my professional life in ways I cannot describe. My sister is pregnant with her first child. A girl. She and her husband are ecstatic. It just sucks that she inherited my parents' stupid propensity to see their children as fashion statements. Last night, she revealed to the family the name of her daughter. It's KRXSTXL. She wants to name her daughter KRXSTXL. Confused, the name is pronounced Crystal. I already don't like that name, but it's at least appropriate. I was not surprised to learn that my mom helped come up with the name. When she told me, I told her it was a terrible idea. If she wants to name her Crystal, name her Crystal. She tried to explain to me why the X's are there, and I just told her it does not matter. She's naming a human, not a dog. I don't care what kind of fashion statement she's trying to make, this is a person who will have to live with that name until they die, or has it changed. She and my mom brushed me off as just complaining because I was never able to accept my name. I told my sister she was being either selfish, stupid, or an incredibly strong combination of the two if she thinks her daughter will want a stupid name like KRXSTXL. We got into an argument and I told her I already see her and her husband as shitty parents for using their kid to be off-brand with her name, and left right after. My sister is not taking it well at all, and my mom is furious with me. I'm starting to wonder if I was too harsh. I will not change my opinion on that incredibly stupid name. But I'm wondering if branding her as a shitty parent was too far. Comment number 1. I'm going to get downvoted, but as someone who changed their name the moment they turned 18, you're right. She is stupid. NTA. It's horrendous name that will do nothing but get the child bullied. It's not unique or cute. Her child is not an accessory. I personally think stupid crap like this should fall under child abuse. Comment number 2. NTA. Let's get one thing straight here. KRXSTXL is not, will not be, and shouldn't be assumed to be pronounced Crystal. Real life is not algebra class, the letter X is not a placeholder for whatever sound they think should be there. Newsflash, that's what letters are for. Comment number 3. NTA. I try to imagine how many people will this child try to explain to how it's spelled. After she finally learns it herself. It's an unnecessary stress that the parents want to add to the child, just because they think they're cool, unique, and they wrongly assume that people will be jealous of their bright idea. And you are the best possible witness, victim, of what a bad choice of name will bring. Comment number 4. NTA. My brother changed his name when he became an adult because my parents made a bad choice. It was miserable for him, I mean he got real abuse because of it. My parents made a mistake, but knowingly subjecting your kid to that kind of harassment is shitty. Too much ego on your sister's part. It's called toxic individuality. And technically that would be pronounced KRCKSTCKL. That's not being creative, it's just dumb. Maybe buy your sister a spelling book as a gift. Story number 2. I gave birth 2 months ago, and everyone says I should be eating less because I'm not eating for 2 anymore, but I'm actually hungrier now than I was before. My sil said she was also really hungry after giving birth, but says it's your body tricking you and you have to ignore it. She said to be careful, because I'm much shorter than she is and will gain weight faster. She offered to bring me some food to help out. Yesterday she brought over lunch for everyone, and it was a salad. I was pretty hungry, because I hadn't eaten since breakfast, so I added boiled eggs from the fridge and some cheese. My sil said I turned her low-fat meal into a fatty one and defeated the point of her bringing food over for me. She pointed out that my husband, who is taller and more muscular than me, didn't add anything to his lunch. I said I was hungry, so I had to add things. She was upset and left. My husband thinks I should have just eaten the salad as it was and eaten a snack afterwards so as not to hurt her feelings. Maybe he's right, and I was ungrateful. But when I'm hungry I want to eat what I want. Comment number 1. NTA. If you're breastfeeding, that takes a tremendous amount of calories. That is why you're hungry. I'm bordering on need more info, but if it's just like she's casually bringing you food to help you out, then NTA. Comment number 2. NTA. Are you breastfeeding? I was absolutely starving when I was breastfeeding at all times. Even if you're not breastfeeding, I don't think your body is tricking you. I have never heard of that. Comment number 3. NTA, but your sil is ignorant of postpartum nutritional needs. You need more calories if you are breastfeeding than you need during pregnancy. This is intuitively obvious because you're still providing 100% of the infant's calories and the infant is now bigger than she was during pregnancy. The mechanism of feeding is different, but the need for calories is the same. You can Google the increased calories needed, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Sounds like Syl just has an unfortunate combination of confident ignorance and a possible eating disorder. Edit, even if you're not breastfeeding, which is fine, you're still NTA. She needs to mind her own business. Comment number 4. I understand why people are commenting about breastfeeding and calories etc., but it is never okay for somebody to try and control your eating, to shame you for your size, or a potential future size, and to comment on your diet. You are completely within your right to seek expert help on what nutrition will help your body heal, your baby thrive, and for you to look and feel exactly as you want to. But that has nothing to do with your mill, and your husband should know better too. I hope you and your little one are doing well. NTA. Edit, thanks for the awards. Story number 3. My former adoptive mother was also my stepmother. She and my father forced the adoption on me against my will when I was 7 because she couldn't have children biologically. My mom was dead and they felt like she deserved the official mother title and a place on my birth certificate. I never wanted it and begged them not to but was ignored. They even lied and said Dad was sick to push the judge's hand, because apparently with me saying no, they needed something that would make a judge think it would be in my best interest. So they pretended Dad was worried something would get worse and the judge decided it was safer for me. I never forgave them. I went no contact 7 months ago when I turned 18. I asked my maternal grandparents to adult adopt me to erase the original adoption. My stepmother is English and ever since I knew her she celebrated both the UK Mother's Day and our Mother's Day. And then around midnight last night I made a Facebook post thanking my grandma for adopting me and being a great mom to me. I don't even celebrate the UK's Mother's Day but Dad's parents reminded me about it and said I should post something knowing she would see. They weren't thinking of announcing the adoption thing. But that's what I did. Woke up an hour ago and she saw it, thanks to other family members being friends to both of us on Facebook. I was told by an aunt that they're really angry and saying I'm an because they had no idea I was no longer legally their kid. AITA? Comment number 1. NTA. First things first, sorry about your mom op. It's a complicated thing to go through, and everyone handles it differently at any age. Even if it happens young and you barely remember it can come back around and rear its ugly head. But really? What did they expect to happen forcing a bond onto a child? And against the child's wishes? I'd understand perhaps if your dad was truly ill and worried something might happen, but even then was she really the best only option? Sounds like she's not. Mind if I ask how old you were when she passed? And how long was it between your mom's passing and your forcible adoption? Edit, timeline much too short. Op's dad decided his wife was a good match for him, then rushed the marriage and adoption far too quickly without considering Op. Dad's TA for sure. Comment number 2. NTA. Petty, sure, but you did not want to be adopted by your stepmother and immediately went no contact when you turned 18, so that's a pretty massive indicator of the type of people they were. More info wouldn't hurt though. Comment number 3. NTA. Why should you protect their feelings? They didn't do anything to protect yours. I think you should check in with your grandparents though. If your post has caused issues for them, you need to support them. Comment number 4. Are stepmother's feelings hurt because she's no longer your adopted parent or hurt because you made it public? Because now everybody will be asking why she's no longer your parent. You may as well post those reasons on FB. If you're going to stick the knife in, you may as well go to the hilt. Story number 4. My parents are divorced and they take turns throwing me a birthday party each year. This year it was my mom's turn to throw me a party. However, my mom's parties are always so lame and this was my 16th party so I wanted something cool. My mom always invites her family who have a bunch of little kids that I don't like and she won't even get my favorite cake because it's peanut butter cake and my brother is severely allergic to peanut butter and she gives me some crappy cheap gift and get food from some cheap awful restaurant or even worse, cooks herself. So this year I told her I want to spend my birthday with my dad but she insisted on throwing me a party and no matter what I said she wouldn't accept not to throw a party so I was like fine whatever. I told my dad to throw me a party and it was awesome until my mom called crying, telling me how much I embarrassed her by not showing up to the party she threw and everyone at the party saw the pictures I posted on Instagram from my dad's party. Now my mom's extended family all think I'm an asshole. Comment number 1. Unpopular opinion but NTA. OP turned 16 which is a significant milestone birthday for many. OP just wanted a birthday for once that was truly about her for this one day. Mom hasn't been listening or communicating with OP in a meaningful way regarding her birthdays. OP is a teenager rapidly approaching adulthood who is still being treated like a child by her mom. If mom can't provide for OP on her birthday, then mom should stop playing the victim. Don't do something for others when you know it's not what they want and then have the gall to say they don't appreciate what you've done. That is manipulative behavior. I understand that mom may have other priorities, but for this one birthday she could have prioritized OP. Dad was listening and willing to make OP's birthday the event she hoped for. Comment number 2. NTA. It's pretty obvious people who are calling you TA didn't read. You communicated that you didn't want your mom to throw you a party. You said you wanted your dad to. You even state that your birthdays are more family gathering events for your mom and not really about you, so at 16 I get wanting this one to be what you want. You're not TA at all, and this thread is showing who has some hurt feelings. Comment number 3. You know what? No. NTA. Oh, you very much sound like a joy to be around. Don't think I in any way approve of your general tone and attitude here. But that being said, you told her way in advance that you did not want her to throw this party. You told her that it was because you actually get to have the cake you like, the food you like, and the invited guest or people you want at your party. General attitude aside, these are reasonable things to want for one's birthday. It isn't on you that she insisted on throwing you a party you had already, repeatedly, said no to. Comment number 4. ESH. Your mom should have respected your wishes. Your dad should have made it clear to your mom that you asked him for a party and he was going to throw it. You should have, if you didn't, made it very clear to your mom that you would be at your dad's party that day and possibly offered to have a family party another day if you know it's important to her.